take our school clean air very seriously. We take the cleanliness of our buildings and maintenance of our buildings very seriously.
So why don't QCA schools test for radon, the gas invisible, odorless, and can cause cancer?
A KWQC investigation uncovered this shocking number. 90,000 school buildings likely contain radon, exposing vulnerable children to a toxin that can have deadly results. I'm Paula Sands.
And I'm Gary Mativier. KWQC's Morgan OTA investigates tonight why schools don't test and why some don't want to know what's in your child's classroom.
I never would have thought that radon was something that a school superintendent would need to be overly concerned about it.
Then we told Riverdale School Superintendent Ron Jacobs that for a child, breathing in air poisoned by radon is equal to smoking half a pack of cigarettes a day.
Wow. Wow would be my reaction. It kind of hits hard when you put it in that perspective that radon can be as damaging as smoking a large amount of cigarettes.
Superintendent Jacobs is clearly concerned, as most other superintendents, teachers, and parents would be.
I think any of us, if we had any notion that there's something in our schools that was a danger to our kids, that would be our number one priority to take care of that.
He's right. If there was a leak in the roof of a classroom and water was trickling in, it would get taken care of.
Our maintenance staff is trained to walk through a building and to look for stains in carpeting, stains on ceiling tiles, water leaks, anything that just looks like it doesn't belong there.
But you can't look for radon because you can't see it. You have to test for it. Unfortunately, it turns out that many schools don't test. We contacted more than 20 school districts. We asked them if we could test any of their buildings for radon. We even offered to pay for the tests, but every single school district said no, most never returning our calls. But 3 school districts say they have tested before and they gave us proof. Davenport Schools tested most recently, checking 3 out of the district's 30 schools for radon. The first floor of Hayes Elementary tested at 1.2 picocuries per liter in February. The EPA recommends that action is taken to fix a radon problem when it's at a level of 4.0 picocuries per liter of air or higher. The first floor of Hoover Elementary tested at 0.6. One room in Monroe was tested back in 2007. It tested low at 0.3. Bettendorf tested several schools back in 2008. They tested one classroom inside Thomas Jefferson Elementary, and the results came back at a level of 2.9 picocuries per liter. One classroom at Mark Twain, Herbert Hoover, and Neil Armstrong were also tested, the results coming back below 1.0 picocuries per liter. In Galesburg, the district tested 10 years ago. But the EPA recommends that schools retest every few years and more often as buildings age. The results in Galesburg came back low. The basement was the only section of the building tested.
This is Morgan OTA calling from KWQC. How are you?
Other school districts we contacted admitted they don't have any radon testing in place. Rock Island Milan Schools issued this statement. Quote, "We don't have any measurements in place currently. If something changes and we are required to do so, we will." Clinton Schools issued this statement. Clinton Schools reviewed the radon testing and did some preliminary testing when the radon question first came up years ago. Since that time, it has not been mandated that radon testing be done. School districts in Iowa and Illinois aren't forced to test for radon, so schools tell us they don't. And we found out the main reason for that is cost.
Much like everything else that has to do with school maintenance or school construction, that could get very pricey.
You can buy a radon test for $15 at a hardware store. It can cost up to $30 to send to a lab. That's roughly $45 per test. For a school with 30 classrooms, that's more than $1,300 just for testing. But it's not this cost that seems to intimidate school officials.
I think it's the cost of the potential mitigation that would scare any of us away.
Mitigation can be more expensive. Radon specialists tell KWQC a school could pay somewhere around $5,000 to clear classrooms of the deadly gas, depending on how much is found and where.
I would say that's the only reason that school districts aren't doing the recommended radon testing.
Superintendent Jacobs says $5,000 is a lot of money that a lot of districts don't have right now.
We've asked our teachers to do more with less. Again, we've asked our buildings and grounds people to do more with less.
So we're finding out many schools don't want to know if there's a problem unless they know they can afford to fix it.
Would it be something that you would care to test for in the future?
We'd do it tomorrow. We would do it tomorrow. If there were a funding source for radon testing and subsequent mitigation, we would start that testing and mitigation tomorrow if necessary.
But until the money comes, schools will go on not knowing if classrooms are full of deadly radon. Morgan OTA, KWQC, HD News.
The other problem with testing a school is the process itself. Difficult to test buildings that large and to get an accurate reading. So how could they do it? That part of the story airs next Monday.